Everybody say hi to Bella. Hi, Bella. Really? Your favorite influencers, right? Now, this is new, guys. A lot of people online are saying that a lot of people are jealous of Grace, and I'm like, no, man. Let's stop just using words because we use words, right? Let's be honest. This is a culture shock, right? How many black people do you know that throw parties for dogs? How many? Right? Now, if you come from privilege and if you come from the finer things in life, please excuse us. This video is not for you, right? I'm talking to people like me. Where I come from, we don't throw parties for dogs. You don't. It's just something that does not happen, right? And there's nothing wrong with questioning this, right? Yes, it's her life, it's her money. She has set her life like that, and it's okay. It's okay. There's nothing wrong. It's just a dog after all, right? But what irritates me about this is that you need to understand one thing about being an influencer, right? Or public figure, is that when you're an influencer, you're influential. I hope I say that word right. You set trends, right? And some trends, we need to question it. Some trends are going to make people talk, right? Grace is a black woman from South Africa who's throwing a party for a dog. Where did you ever see that? Where? Right? So it's not something that's just normal, right? I think she's actually one of the few influencers that's doing this, right? And we're just questioning to say what's going on. And there's nothing wrong with that. I would have loved to see Grace sit down and just say, no, guys, calm down. It's okay. This is my reasons and this is why I live like this. Okay, not necessarily live like this. Treat my dog like this. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, my video, I'll be talking from a brand point of view and influencer mindset, right? Grace can't monetize off her children yet. She doesn't have children. Grace can't monetize off her relationships or marriages. She's not there. Even if she is, she's not showing us that, right? Now, what's the next best thing? To get a dog. And what? Turn her dog into a brand and hopefully monetize off this. This is a smart move, right? Now, had she maybe explained this to in a way, in a weird little way, you know how they get us, right? It would have made sense to a lot of people. We are not jealous of Grace. No one is jealous of Grace. Grace is actually one of the most loved influencers in this country simply because Grace masters the art of storytelling, right? And she also masters the art of creating out of touch content. And I will just talk about that briefly, right? Now, mastering the art of storytelling is that Grace will show you where she started, where she is, and where she's going or where she wants to go, right? And I think this is simply because she has a qualification in teaching, so she understands storytelling. She's good at that, right? Like, you need to show us the start, the middle, and the end. So she always does that with the content. That's why she's sitting on 3 million TikTok followers. You understand what I'm saying? She masters that skill. And then we come to mastering the art of creating out of touch content. Grace does this, right? She'll shock you. She always likes to add shock value in her content, whether it's just her fast paced editing, her top quality videos, or every now and again just making us talk, right? And the first out of touch thing that she did was, as a black woman, right, bearing or funding your ex-boyfriend's funeral is something that was unheard of. And Grace did that. And a lot of people were talking. A lot of people had a lot to say and were like, you don't do that. How can you do that? And she was like, I don't care. I'm doing it. This is my life, right? The second thing she did is to throw a year-end function for creators and influencers, right? Normally, influencers, creators are not seen as people who are working or don't have serious jobs. And she was like, no, we do. We're going to have a year-end function because normally these parties happen in corporate spaces. But Grace was like, I'm going to honor my colleagues and people who work with me online, right? And now the third thing that she did that is out of touch, sorry guys, I'm very tired, is the dog, the party for the dog, right? I mean, you're a black woman from South Africa. You're throwing an entire themed birthday party. That is not something that happens every weekend. I mean, you can even speak to catering companies. They'll tell you it's very rare for black people to throw parties for their dogs. So we're not jealous. It's just like a culture shock thing that we need to get used to. And Grace is introducing this to us. And I wouldn't be angry if I was Grace because she's literally just introducing something new to say, listen, guys, we can have such relationships with our dogs. Our dogs are not just sitting there the back and protecting us at night. They are actually family. We care for them, you know? And I'm not going to lie. I don't like animals and I don't like dogs like that. I'm just being honest with you. A dog is a dog, and that's about it in my eyes, you know. But I have a friend, my best friend. She's Khaled, and she grew up with dogs. Like at home, they have dogs. In her house, there's dogs. You know, she cuddles with the dogs. And every time I started visiting her, I was very uncomfortable. First of all, I don't like them. I don't trust dogs, so I'm very uncomfortable around dogs, you know, and the jumping and all of that. She had to explain the behavior to say, no, if it's jumping on you, it's kind of happy. It's want to plays with you. If it's next to you, it wants to smell you. All that weird little things. Because her dogs sit on couches, they lay with us in bed, they go for drives. She talks to her dogs, you know. So I was like, what's all of this? What's this? And she was like, no, if you treat them a certain way, they also gonna behave a certain way, you know. And every now and then when I go to a place, I'll greet the dog like, "Hi Tyson, how are you?" And it will come and it will cuddle. So people need to understand that as Black people, we do come from a history of a lot of struggle and pain. So certain things are not a norm to us. Let's be honest. How many Black people have been to a dog party? How many Black people that you know, including yourself, if you're watching this? So it's not a thing of jealousy. It's just a thing of we're trying to understand what's Grace doing. And as an influencer, I like what she's doing. To say to us as Black people, hello, let's wake up. We can live like this, right? So no one is jealous of her, I'm not gonna lie. But one thing I'm not gonna say to you is that Grace does break a lot of society expectations and cultural norms. She's breaking those society expectations. As a Black woman, her age, because of her success and everything she has, she's expected to focus on marriage and children. But Grace is saying, no, I'll buy a dog, right, and throw my dogs parties. And I like that, because it's like, why is everyone expected to follow certain rules or certain society expectations? Let Grace enjoy her dogs and do whatever she needs to do for her dogs. It's her life. Cultural norms. As Black people, again, we don't have such relationships with animals. We don't have intimate personal relationships with animals. Let's be honest, guys, right? It's either you get an animal to protect you, or you're hunting an animal for something else, right? Or whatever reasons that you need to hunt the animal for. But with Grace, she's like, no, this is a part of my life. This dog's matter to me, and I'll take care of them, right? Now, one last thing I want to talk about is how I feel being Grace's friend is very demanding, right? I mean, Grace will set rules and boundaries every time she has something at her place or an event, right? The fact that she put that mirror there and she was like, no one must take a picture here, I felt a bit, it was off for me. Because if you, my friend, babe, you're welcome to enjoy yourself at my place. But obviously, there are certain things you can't do. And I guess with Grace, it's just taking pictures in front of her mirror, right? Now, the business side of this is that the dog can become an influencer or content creator of some sort, and then she can attract brands and sponsorship that focus around dogs and animals, right? That's a smart move. She can make money out of this, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? But also, guys, I want you guys to notice one thing, right? Grace is so smart that she always invites your favorite influencers to her things, and they attend. And when they attend, it's like literally that event or that gathering will trend. So I don't know what do you call that, but I like that. I like that because I'm convinced not everyone that attends these invites are Grace's friends. No, I don't think it's her friends. Some are just people that she works with, knows and likes their content. That's about it. But the fact that they honor her invite, it's actually surprising because influencers can be very picky and very selective and very mean. So it's funny how Grace, because the last time she had a year-end function, almost all influencers were there, you know, and now the dogs party and a lot of our influencers were there, and it's actually very surprising. I don't know how she gets it right, but that's a skill that's she's also mastering, right? Now ending this video, I just want to say that we do need to understand sometimes that influencing is all about introducing certain norms, right? Introducing certain standards, making people wake up, you know? Things like having dogs or taking care of your dogs or having parties for your dogs, you know? Dating multiple people, living a certain way, luxury, you know? That's things that normal people do not experience like that. I mean, I've never been to a dog party. And I think now I want to go to one and see what's going on, right? But it was just interesting to watch. A lot of people had a lot of things to say. The fact that these dogs are so spoiled, they live better lives than normal people. It's really amazing. But I won't lie. There are a lot of people who love animals and get along with animals, and it's just something that we, okay, from, I'm speaking for myself. We had dogs at home, but we didn't have that relationship. Hey, that dog must stay far away from me. You understand what I'm saying? So now that people are cuddling with dogs and throwing them parties, yeah, I think we learn and we grow, right? Tell me what you think about all of this. This was just a quick video. I'm a bit sick. I had a wild weekend. I promised I'm gonna stop chilling. But I also want to say thank you to the 4,000 subscribers. You guys are not just a number, you're an online community where we can have these conversations. This month I might just go in hard. There are times that you're not gonna like me. I'm being honest. I'm tired of playing it safe. I might just go on hard. So please bear with me. I'm just trying new things in the channel here and there. I mean, I do focus on influences, pop culture, and entertainment, as well as Christianity, right? Those are the topics I want to deal with for now. Politics, I have no idea. I can't talk about politics. I'm really very slow when it comes to politics. But for now, we're just testing the waters with the different conversations. We are on 4,000 subscribers. The goal is to literally just reach 5,000. After that, I'm a happy girl. I am. But thank you guys. Thank you for commenting and subscribing. I'm not gonna lie, my weekends are a bit hectic. I am gonna answer your comments. I won't lie. It's just that sometimes I chill and then I lose track of time and I'm too busy. But I just want to say thank you guys. It's been a beautiful 2026. I just need to push. Creating content is exhausting, right? Because you need to make sense. It needs to be relevant. It needs to, it's a lot, guys. Creating these videos is not easy. And sometimes I just think I should stop, but I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to lie, but I am a bit tired. I'm not going to lie to you. So you can imagine what crazy, hey, with 3 million followers, it gets to them. Bolerato, it gets to them. It gets too much. I'm not going to lie. I'm just a small little creator and I'm okay with that. I like that. So yeah, I just want to say thank you guys and bye. Hopefully I'll see you next time.